in, but I evacuate. Seen a narrow road, but want them pearly gates. I was fighting demons, seen them face to face. Open up that word, watch it spread out, watch them evacuate. QB safe.
What's good, boys? Today we're gonna do a little recap on the week, and yeah, so as y'all know, NASDAQ has been tweaking out recently, and price action has been very, very bad. So today I want to go over, like, again, just the week in general, but also want to go into depth and how I avoided so many just bad days and just forcing bad trades and conditions that don't align well with my model, right? So how I avoided taking bad trades and ranges, etc. So let's get straight into it, right? So going into the week, the first day of the week, we have right here, right? We start off right here on the hourly chart as always, and right, we have two possible draws on liquidity, right? Very, very simple. We have the new week opening gap. We also have this hourly high, right? The all-time highs. Okay, we are extremely overextended, right? We're just pumping with no retraces. Like, yes, we got this little retrace, but I'm talking about an actual full-on retrace into a gap, right? Like a whole one retrace like this. We are just overextended and we're continuously pumping. So taking longs is a little bit weird, even though all-time highs is right here. So I would have rather looked for shorts on this day, but as y'all can see, all we did was just take all-time highs. So let's go into it. Market open 930, right here. What do we do off of open? Right, we sweep all-time highs, and then after that, right, what's the next draw on liquidity? If we're going to continue to look for longs, what I need to see is a super deep retrace and respect a gap, and then a continuation higher. What do? We literally just dumped, inverted this gap, pumped back up, inverted this gap, and then just continue to chop, right? If we're inverting, okay, one gap right here, then inverting another gap right here, then inverting another gap right here, back and forth, that is a sign of price not knowing where to go. We met the draw on liquidity already. We're done for the day, right? We set the all-time highs. We are done, okay? Now, it would be different if off of a market open, we ripped higher past the all-time highs. We got a super deep retrace and a new long into the new all-time highs. Very, very, very simple, but we didn't. We literally wicked all-time highs, and we had nowhere to go, so we just continued to chop. Right, so after seeing multiple inverses, bullish, bearish, that's just an obvious sign that market does not know where to go. Get off the charts, right? Also, what you can do is realize what's going on in the 5 minute, right? If you're a 1 minute demon, bro, and you're taking bad trades and you're getting chopped out a lot, hop on the 5 minute. Because look, please tell me where price is going right here. We sweep all-time highs. We wick all the way back down, close here on the 5 minute. There's no other hourly target that's clean that we have enough confirmation that we're going to go to when we're like just chopping. Like, look at this, bro. That's not good price action. That is not efficient continuation price action. So no trades. We're obviously taking on this day. Okay, that's very obvious. But yeah, if you see multiple inversions, bullish, bearish, back and forth, that's just a sign. Get off the charts, right? Market does not know where to go, especially after taking all-time highs. So this day, this is Tuesday right here. Can see market open over here at 9:30. Okay, so actually no, that's not draw liquidity. Yeah, draw liquidity, all-time highs. Very, very simple. It's right there. We pump past it, and we just dump past it again. Right. If we got, I believe there's a 5 or 15 minute gap right here. If we got a full-on retrace in this gap, actually hold up. Let me go back. Let me show y'all. Yeah, we actually did have a 15-minute gap right here. Okay. So it might have been after the fact, actually, though. Yeah, it was way after the fact. Okay, so this 15-minute gap wasn't even formed yet. But yeah, we literally pumped off of open, and we dunked back again, inverting this gap. And then what happened after this? We literally started to chop around, push back down into the range, and at this point, bro, like, if you are a continuation trader, what is that? Is that trending price action? No, that is not trending price action. So if you're taking a trade right here, taking a trade right here, anywhere in here, you're fraud. Because price doesn't know where to go. Okay, but the moment that we did form that 50-minute gap, we got a retrace into it. Okay, all-time highs, we got a deep retrace. If we get an instant move, right? No chop, nothing like this. I don't want to see anything like this. If we get instantly 2 bullish candles like this, I'm entering all-time highs, clean setup 1-to-1. Okay, that would have been perfect. But I don't know if y'all were trading this day or not, but this is a really, really good close right here after tapping this 50-minute gap, after getting that retrace. A+ draw on liquidity. If we got another candle like this, the same exact one, if we got another one like this, printed right here, I would have 100% entered that trade. If we closed like right here, bullish like this, right? And we didn't wick all the way up here. The only reason why I did not do this trade was, again, if you saw it, y'all probably saw it live if y'all were trading this. Within 1 second, we literally pumped 40 points. Within 1 second. 1 second, we just, like, out of nowhere, just ticked 100 points, like 80 points or whatever. Like, out of nowhere. So, I'm not going to enter this. This is fried. Especially after seeing this wick, it's just cooked. So, I'm not going to enter this. That's just pure FOMO. So, obviously, did not take this. And then what happened after this? Once we get to a point, like, right here, you should be off the charts, bro. It is 10:05. We are done for the day. It is so obvious. We are done for the day. So, we chop up for the rest of the day. And again, what could you use on this day? What could you utilize to stop yourself from taking forced bad setups? Yeah, like, again, like, what are we doing? We're doing absolutely nothing. Market open right here. It's garbage, bro. Like, we are not. There's a obvious difference between 5-minute looking like this versus the 5-minute looking like this. And this is at night, right? This is literally like Asia session, right? And we're moving like this on the 5-minute, right? This is what you want to see. This is what you want to see. Gaps being made, displacement, breaking out of, break a structure, whatever you want to call it. That's what you want to see. You don't want to be trading when the 5-minute looks like this, bro. So, like, if you're, again, catching yourself taking chop on the 1-minute, getting in, bad trades, hop on the 5-minute. It will help you out and do wonders. So, the next day. Let's look at it. Wednesday, okay? Wednesday, yeah, so. Wednesday, the draws were this 4-hour gap right here. Closest 4-hour gap. Again, we're extremely overextended still. This is the 4-hour. We're just ripping higher. We need a retrace. So the closest 4-hour gap, that was our draw on liquidity, right? That, as well as, obviously, most likely, where was it at? All-time highs, right? I believe, yeah. So let's look at this real quick. Okay, market open right here. Okay. And again, before market open, we're in chop, and draws and liquidity at this point are not 100%, right? They're not very, very clear. So, like, even with this displacement right here, this displacement, it's not clear. So, nothing. There was no retracer here. All we did was just chop, 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 chop. This was a decent discretional trade. We have this range that we're in. We're actually breaking out of the range. And I would have never entered on this candle. Never do that. When we're in a range like this, bro, if you're taking a discretional trade, wait until candle closes. Like, super strong candle closes to where, like, there's no way that we're not going to hit this draw, right? And this would be, your sort of trade right here. I'm practicing kind of taking discretional trades and tape reading them. Today I tape read one, and it played out. So it's really not hit or miss, but if it's not aligned with your perfect A+ setup model, you have to accept the risk and the fact that if you lose, you lose. You got to be okay with that, and you got to accept the risk when you take discretional setups like this. But if y'all have a lot of discretion, if y'all have a lot of understanding and market experience with your model, it's fine, right? It's fine. So I'm trying to get better with these types of setups. This is like the ugliest discretional trade I've ever seen, but it's okay. After that, what do? We sweep all-time highs, we dump, and we chop. It's so simple. Every single time we meet a high time frame draw on liquidity, and we either reverse or we start chopping, we continue to chop. 99% of the time, we actually deliver to a high time frame draw on liquidity, right? We're going to chop afterwards, right? Unless if there's another destination, another target. But most of the time, there's not. Especially if it's like 10 o'clock, 30 minutes have already happened since market open. Most of the time, there's not, if that makes any sense. So, yeah, once I literally saw this, like, we got around this area, I was done. I was done. Because if we're going to go lower, like the only thing I would take right here is shorts. The next target was all the way down here. We're not going to dump this far down. That's like 200 points. We're not going to do that. So I was done for the day. No trades again on that day. So hopefully y'all are kind of getting a good understanding of how I'm avoiding these types of days. Again, you look at the 5-minute chart, and then a lot of time just look at how we're reacting off of the first draw on liquidity, which, you know, twice this, I think it was Monday and Tuesday, as well as Wednesday, it was all-time highs. Every single time we hit all-time highs off of open or near open, we chop afterwards. But yeah, so this is the next day. Let's go to... So yeah, this is the next day right here. This is Thursday. This is the only day we actually got good price action. So watch this, right? Draws and liquidity. Sent out to the Discord. I was looking for this 4-hour low as well as this 4-hour low right here, right? This is a daily gap as well. Both of these were daily gaps. Okay, so yeah, very clean draws and liquidity. And like, look at this 15-minute, bro. Beautiful 15-minute displacement before market open, bro. This is perfect. Like, we are going to hit this draw on liquidity. Like this right here is like 100% we are going to hit by market open, right? Market open was right here, 9:30. What I wanted to see was a 50-minute gap tap and then a continuation lower to this hourly draw, the freest draw of all time. But off of open, you can see right here at 9:30, we dumped. We did not get that retracement. What I wanted to see again was something like this. Take a short continuation off that 50-minute gap down to that. Would have been a beautiful A+ setup, but we did not get that, sadly. What we did off of open is we just edged the 50-minute gap. We never tapped it, and we just dumped. Got this closure. I don't like that. That's not a good discretional entry, especially because it's also 9:30, way too early. And then we get this little bullish candle. This was a decent discretional trade. Okay, this is actually like a discretional trade that is actually like pretty high quality in my opinion. Like, yes, we didn't get like an actual retrace. Yeah, again, we have no gap tap. We have no like retracement. So this is not like a really good discretional trade, but it is like I was pretty convinced at this point, once we got this close, that we are going to go lower and sweep this draw on liquidity, because my draws on liquidity, I was so confident in them hitting. It's just the entry is a little sketch, but it is a good discretional entry. Most likely after this close, a little small like 1 minute retrace, not even a retrace, but like a little, 1 minute pull back up, and then another bearish close like this bearish. It's common sense we're gonna go lower. It's common sense. So a trade like this, if you took it, fine, good job, not bad. But if you missed it, it's completely fine. No A+ setup at all. But yeah, no trades on this day. Once we literally failed to retrace into any of these gaps. I was waiting for a gap tap into these gaps as we were displacing lower to take shorts to this low that ended up getting bottom ticked. But obviously, yeah, we could not get that. So quite unfortunate, but it is what it is. Price just runs. I'm not going to force any bad trades. I'm not going to FOMO, and I'm not going to be shorting off of a lower here when we have no retrace. That's just complete FOMO. So yeah, that happened Thursday. Once the draw was hit, we reversed, which I was actually pretty surprised by. And then, like, again, draws and liquidity hit, we reversed. There's no other target. There's no other hourly target. We start chopping. So very simple past that point. And then today, on the hourly chart, you can see draws and liquidity were this hourly high, right? Market open was right here. With this hourly range, I don't like this. I don't like this, and I'm not going to be shorting to the range low, right? Like, this is the range low. This is not a good A+ draw on liquidity. This is not a high, a high conviction draw on liquidity like that. I'm very convicted in, versus a high like this. So like, if we started pumping off of open, right, which I'll show you in a second, we started pumping off of open like right here. This is an actual breakout out of this range that we're in. You see this range that we're in? Off of open, if we pumped right here, we're out of this range. We broke out of this range. This like choppy, just consolidation range. But if we start dumping lower and we got a setup, it can play out again. But I was not confident in this draw on liquidity because of how weak it was. It wasn't very obvious. It was just a random small little 1 hour low. And again, it's the low of this consolidation range. So I don't like doing that. I don't like, trading to those draws and liquidity typically. So yeah, taking long to this though. This is fine A plus setup. This is a fine A plus draw and liquidity. But yeah, you can see right here off of open, we dumped lower, a little bit of chop. We got an actual retrace. This is a good discretional trade, which I'm learning, right? If we got this set up, I tape read this. This is the one I tape read. If we got this set up going higher, if we got the same exact concept, right? No gap tap, but we got an actual multiple candle retrace, really good displacement confirmation. Dude, if we got that right here, I would have smacked TP out, smacked longs, right? But with it being such a low quality draw and liquidity that I really wasn't 100% confident in, right? Again, it makes sense. Like at this point, it makes sense that we're going to go lower, but it's not worth risking across 5 XFAs. It's not something that I would be okay with taking a loss on, right? Versus if I saw a setup like this playing out higher, like I'll be okay with taking that loss because it genuinely would be a good setup. But I hope y'all can understand the premise of this discretional trade. Again, I didn't take it because the only reason why I did not take this trade was because of the draw liquidity and how weak it was and how just unconfident I was in that draw liquidity being hit right then and there. So yeah, we got the retrace. Again, no gap tap, but we got the multiple candle retrace, which is exactly what I need. We got that deep retrace. We got one candle displacement. Beautiful, beautiful. Enter right here, and this would have been a break-even trade. I'm not gonna lie. Why did it just do that to me? Why did Nasdaq? Come on. Why did Nasdaq just do that to me? I tape read this live time, so this was a break-even trade. Because what happened? We closed right here. I didn't go break-even on this candle. That's just fried. But we started dump lower, and we got to this point, and I was like, okay, I'll be break-even right here. Okay, so I went break-even. Next candle went up, ticked the break-even. It would have ticked me out, and then we just continued lower. So that's completely fine. But we are how many points away? We were 6 points away from the draw liquidity. I'm not going to take that chance of price just reversing for no reason. And yeah, taking that loss essentially. But yeah, that was the trade, discretional trade. But yeah, we had 2 or 3 discretional trades this week, and none of them were actually good. None of them were actually worth taking, other than maybe yesterday. But even then, I wasn't that confident taking that trade. Now, if we got an actual retrace on a setup like that yesterday with an A plus draw, that would have been perfect. But with a setup like this and a setup like the other ones that I showed y'all, it's not worth taking. It's not worth risking on an XFA. Maybe eval, but not an XFA. So hopefully y'all were able to learn a bit about how I managed my trading this week, how I avoided losses this week. Overall, October's been a pretty slow month for me. You can see I've been back and forth. Overall, a break-even month, right? So pretty unfortunate, but it is what it is. We're at break-even on the 5 XFAs. So yeah, we made a few mistakes earlier this month, and we learned from it. So I'm happy that I was able to learn from it, and that I'm able to improve and apply these different things going into this coming up month. And just the biggest thing being wait for deep retraces. Don't wait. Don't take trades off these tiny little 1 minute retraces and short right there, bro. Wait for actual deep retraces into gaps, and then take shorts. Those are the highest win rate ones. So that's what I've really learned the past month. So I'm grateful for that. But hopefully you are able to learn this video how I trade and stay out of these bad, weird, choppy conditions, especially with government shutdown right now. There is not a lot of volatility due to there being not much news. So yeah, appreciate y'all boys. If y'all want to join in the Discord, it will be left down in the description, as well as if you want to use code BG. We're running a discount right now for 25% off. It's literally going to end by tonight, which is Halloween. It's going to end tonight, 25% off if you use code BG. Yeah, as well as we're also doing 2 giveaways right now. If you follow each of my socials, Discord, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, and you join the Discord as well, and you screenshot each of those, and you DM me on Instagram by tomorrow, you'll be entered into 2 free 50K Alpha Zero accounts. So I'll be doing a giveaway for that tomorrow. And then if you also use my code BG at checkout, screenshot it, send it to me on IG, then you'll be entered into the giveaway, a second giveaway, which is again for 2 50K Zero Alpha accounts. Winners will be announced again tomorrow. So 2 different giveaways, 4 whole accounts given away this week to 4 winners. So yeah, if you want to participate in any of that, for sure, bro, support me or support another one of your favorite creators. But yeah, boys, that's gonna be the video. Appreciate y'all. Good patient week this week, and I hope that y'all have a good weekend so that next week we can return and just smash the markets, bro. We're gonna destroy the markets. So I'll see y'all boys later. Peace out.